Hi guys, welcome in. What I want to do today is to talk a little bit about a problem or resolving a problem with HP OfiiceJet 3830 printer. Scanner, faxer, it's kind of an all-in-one thing. Many of you own this. It was fairly popular and it has actually reached the end of its life cycle as far as support goes. So yeah, but if you're like me, you don't have any problem with it. You don't feel like spending the money to get a new one. But you may have noticed that recently it no longer prints in color. And I believe the issue is related to a recent Windows update that kind of threw the driver for the printer into sort of a tizzy. And so the compatibility issues created a situation where no matter what you send to it, it's going to print in black and white. Funny thing is if you print diagnostic pages, then it's going to be fine. It'll print all the colors right and everything. But if you go to print a document or a picture or anything like that that's color, it comes out in black and white, which is a pretty big problem for me. This is not actually my main printer for text and letters, things like that, things that involve just text material. But I use this OfficeJet to do pictures, pictures on picture paper and that sort of thing. And I really do rely on it pretty strongly. It's not the best printer you can get for printing pictures, but if you work at it, then most of the time you can get something serviceable. And for me, if everything is going to come out in black and white, that's a big problem. So when it started doing that, I really was in the middle of a picture project where I needed that thing to be printing in color. I was on HP Instant Ink and I had just gotten new cartridges. I checked them to make sure they were working. They were. That was not the problem. So that sent me off on an internet search, which just went on for hours and hours and hours. And there were some sites that gave registry hacks and others that had you going through these long procedures. In fact, throughout the process of me trying to diagnose this, I wrecked Windows and had to go to a copy that I had made 3 weeks earlier, thank heavens, just a clone, and I was able to get my operating system back up and running, but it was just a nightmare. I came extremely close to just picking the printer up, walking it over to the dumpster in my apartment complex, and just heaving it in and buying something new. But I did happen upon, in one of the HP community sites, a fix that I would never have personally dreamed up that really worked well. And it actually made the print output big time improved. So let me kind of show you what this fix is. All right, so what you want to do is go to your control panel. I actually have been in it recently, but you can just type in your search and type in control panel. It'll come up. And just go into view devices and printers. All right, so here is my OfficeJet. And the trick here is to go ahead and right click on it and go to printer properties. All right, from there, let's go into the advanced tab right up here in the middle. And what we want to do, see it's set up for an HP OfiiceJet 3830 series. We want a new driver. All right, so welcome to the Add Printer Driver wizard. It will help you install a new printer driver. Click Next. Okay, now what's coming up here are the choices you have for printer drivers. This is by no means complete. All right, so you were supposed to select the manufacturer and model of the printer driver to install. If the driver you want is not listed, click Have Disk to select a driver you want. If Windows Update is available, click it for more drivers for this processor. Okay, So that's what I'm going to do, because the driver is not actually here. So go to Windows Update, and it will inform you that Windows is updating the list of printers. This might take a few minutes. And in fact, it does take a few minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and get my screen recorder up here and just pause it, and we'll come back once it's populated. All right, so we're back, and you can see now that I've got a lot more choices. Let's go ahead and scroll down to HP. I think there's, let's see, sorry, get it down there. All right, it's not Hewlett Packard, it's HP, okay? And we want to get to HP DeskJet. It's not DesignJet. Okay, I'm actually scrolling past a whole lot of these things. Let's just keep going and going and going. All right, it's this HP DJ, and we want it to be the 5200 PCL-3. It's this one right here. And select it and hit next. And just hit finish and allow it to make the change for you. And give it a second, because it's got to actually do all of its internal changes to make that the printer for, or the printer driver for the 3830. There it is. So now it's up here, and I just go ahead and hit apply and OK. Okay, now it still retains its name, OfficeJet 3830, okay? This is what your printer settings look like when you call it up before, when it's just got the 3830 driver, okay? I took a screenshot of it so that you can see it. All right, now if I go to print something, okay, so let's go ahead and pull up a picture here. This is just my grandson in OrphanView, and let's go ahead and do File to Print, and let's go ahead and look to see what the printer setup looks like now. All right, we'll go to Properties, and it looks quite a lot different. What I've found, it basically is going to do the same thing as the old one, but it just looks different. And actually, I swear that I'm getting better print quality with this driver. So it will work. Just, you know, tell it what you want. Do you have plain paper or any of these? You know, print quality, draft, normal, best. It's pretty much the same choices with a different presentation. But it will function. It functions well, and it will restore the ability of your printer to print in color. So that's all I wanted to show you. Give it a try. And what I would probably suggest that you do is set a restore point before you do it, so that you can go back and restore the old driver if for some reason you need it. But this, I've been doing this on a number of computers, and so far it has worked beautifully. So there's your fix, and I hope that it helps you out. It's a lot easier than editing the registry. So have a good one, and we'll talk soon.